Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Yomawari, Midnight Shadows. I just realised there's a bloody noose in the logo there, that's actually quite frightening. This is the sequel to Yomawari, Night Alone, obviously. They called it just Yomawari in Japan, and I actually kind of like that. I don't know what the deal is with these subtitles, but anyway. We're just gonna go hop right in real quick. If I remember the button to bring up the bloody menu. There's not that much to see in the way of options here. Don't really need them. Game is simple enough as it is. This game does work the same way the previous game did, where it has no save management, so I've been uploading my save to the cloud every chapter just to make sure, but at the end I just figured, screw it. We're gonna go in and we're gonna do a chapter together, and we're gonna see what comes out of it, shall we? I believe I'm up to chapter 5. 5? Yeah, 5. It's either 4 or 5. And the game has at least 10 chapters. But might be more than that, might be less, but that's what the trophy list says. So, let's just hop straight into the game. Start does mean load game in this case, so nothing to worry about really. So the way chapters work in this game is when they start, you find your missing friend, Yui, in the middle of a really bad situation. And it'll give you a set of clues as to where you need to go next with the other girl, and the other girl is where the majority of the gameplay takes place. So, we're going to get to wander around as Yui for a bit. There's actually a fair bit more text in this game. Like, I don't remember there being very much in the way of actual spoken dialogue in the original Yomawari, at least up to where I played it, because I admit I haven't played it any further than I did for my video way back when the original Yomawari came out, just because, you know, I have absolutely no blade time for anything anymore. But anyway, here we are with the poor little Yui. And you have to try and pay attention to what's actually in this chapter, because as I said, it's pretty much just one gigantic hint as to where you need to go with the other girl. This will give us a slight idea of what the gameplay's like, but what Yomawari Midnight Shadows does have over the original is a lot more scripted sections than usual. There's a lot more weird stuff that happens, and it definitely does feel a lot more, as I said, scripted, because there's just a lot of stuff that just happens that you can't really do anything about, so you just kind of have to more or less sit or watch it. Like, that guy there would usually chase me down, but this time he just decided to turn around and walk away. But yeah, these sections are mainly just get to the end, because you can't actually die during these segments. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, Yomawari and its sequel, by mere, you know, reasoning, are both horror games. They are both... would you call them psychological horror? I guess you would. There is a bit of, like, actual body gore and stuff going on, but it is pretty psychological as well. The basic idea is you're a girl, or girls, I should say, in a town, night's fallen, the spirits have gotten mad, and they're coming to kill your ass. That is pretty much the entire plot in a nutshell, and the basic goal is just to survive, more or less, but you do have to go around looking for specific things, and doing particular objectives in the story. Like, as I said before, the main objective of the story so far is to hunt down your friend. And you do this simply by walking around. The game's got no way of attack. You do have this flashlight that lets you see certain spirits. And you do have the ability to tiptoe, but it doesn't have as much of an effect on some spirits as others. You can run as well, but you've got a limited stamina meter. And you've got some items that you can throw out. But other than that, you've got no offense whatsoever. Which is an interesting way to handle a horror game. And so the majority of the game is just avoiding stuff. More or less. You have to avoid as many of the spirits as you possibly can. And we're going to see a bunch of that right now because, well, you'll see when the game decides it wants to load. The unfortunate thing is it brings you back home, and every time you have to go home or inside a building, it has a loading screen. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. But anyway, we can wander around a little bit. The bed counts as a save point, and if we come down here, we can actually equip a charm. And the charms are neat little things. They just give you tiny little bits of advantages. You can just wear the normal ribbon if you like, but I don't think it makes a visual difference. So, there you go. We'll just make our way out of the house now. You can see my stamina meter down there. That goes down a lot faster if you're being chased. So there are a few things that can and will kill you if you don't manage your stamina properly. But thankfully, when you're not being chased or just outright spooked by any sort of ghosts, you will be absolutely fine to just, like, run around the place. Although I would not suggest running around too fast, as you will probably get your ass handed to you. But anyway, look for Yui. I assume I have to go somewhere. The question is, where do I go? The last game... The last game was kind of... the last chapter, I should say, was nice about it because it warned me, more or less. It gave me a... what's the word? It gave me the dog to follow. But, of course, I followed the dog, and for some reason, I've just been thrown right back here. There's your save points. They're called Jizo statues. You can also fast travel with them. You can find resources out in the world. And I can swap between items by pressing triangle and using the shoulder buttons. I have a lot of different resources. I have paper planes. I legitimately don't even know what those do. So anyway, I guess the idea is just they want me to have a little bit of a wander around and figure out where I'm going next. I have an idea of where I might be going next, but... Hang on, jump cut. Alright, I'm back, and I apologize for that. So, as I was saying, not really sure of where I need to go. I have a rough idea, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this statue to warp. And this might actually put me close to where I need to be. It gave me a hint that it was a place with, like, a lot of leaves and stuff, but oh dear. So, we're coming across a spirit here, and you probably can't hear it because I'm talking. But the way this game alerts you about spirits is your heart starts beating and you can hear it. And you can also see the screen shake a little. However, the further or closer away you get, the lesser or more the effects will have. So you get an audible and a visual warning if you're about to run into something, which is good. Because if you run into a spirit in this game, it just one hit kills you. Like, just, you die immediately. And I can actually hear another spirit wandering around, but yeah. So you get a lot of warning that the spirits are coming, which is nice. Sometimes it's just really hard to avoid them, though. Overall, this game has a lot higher difficulty than the original Yomawari. I've actually had a fair bit of trouble finding and just fending off, like, some of the spirits just because of their AI. It's a lot more aggressive. There are also a lot more jump scares. Like, there's this one bitch that like, I know some people are going to get annoyed that I called her a bitch, but hear me out. There's this one bitch of a spirit that just falls from the sky at random. The first time it's a little bit scary, but it falls nowhere near you. So, you have time to notice it and just run in the other direction. The second time, you're likely to be coming down and you'll be standing right under where the spirit falls and it'll just be an instant kill. It's kind of annoying, and that happens a couple of times, but... I can hear the spirit. Am I sure there's nowhere else I can go? Right, I probably should have taken the other bridge. Wonderful, I guess I'm going to have to go have a bit of a wander around then. But yeah, the spirits are a lot more aggressive in this game. There are a couple of spirits that if you get caught on the wrong foot with them, which is entirely possible, because, as I said before, you can't see some spirits without the aid of your flashlight. You can control where the flashlight is pointing with the right stick, but if you're looking in the wrong direction, you may just outright miss a spirit sneaking up on you until they're right inside of the range of, like, the little ball of light you get around the outside of you, and by that point, it's just too late. It's just absolutely too late. You'll just get killed and you'll get thrown back to the save point. However, the game is very generous with its save points. While you get thrown back to the last one you saved at, if there are any items and stuff that you picked up along the way, you'll be fine. It will count as collected for them. I'm on the right bridge now, aren't I? Yep. There's a crow. More crows. I need to be careful with the crows, because there's a crow spirit that can show up that will absolutely wreck you if you're not careful, so... yeah. There are some spirits that are surprisingly hard in a bad way, though, because... I think I just heard something. There are some spirits that are surprisingly hard in a bad way, though, because they're... Jesus fuck, I hate those things. Because... let's just avoid that. Now, I'm going to stand here so I can finish my sentence. There are some spirits that are surprisingly hard to deal with because they tend to be really fast and they tend to be on top of you in no time. So you end up having to be very careful where you're going. But as I said before, well, actually, I don't remember if I did say it because I say a lot of things in these bloody videos, but when you're playing and you die, every time you come back to the same area, it'll always be the same spirit. So it's not entirely random or anything. So if you come back the second time, you'll know what's coming and you'll stand a better chance of living through it. I have actually been down the street before as part of a boss fight. There are a couple of... in fact, there are a lot of neat things going on with this game, but most of them are things that the original Yomawari did. You do have places to hide, and you do have some really neat demon designs, or spirit designs, or whatever you want to call it. Like, there's giant piranha plants all over the bloody place. There's, a one that I have, called Lanky Legs, because he's really flippin' fast, and he will just absolutely wipe the floor with you if you aren't aware of his presence absolutely immediately. There's all sorts of weird ones. One of the big bosses of the first couple of chapters is this huge demon with a pair of scissors that is just constantly trying to cut you. And it is actually a surprisingly terrifying boss. I'd certainly freak out. Oh my god, what the fuck are those things? Giant demon brain and a dog. I can hear my heart beating, so I know that there's a demon somewhere nearby, so it's a good way of knowing when you're out of trouble or not. This is what I meant by the giant piranha plant. Look at that thing. Those things just block your way. I assume they're there to keep you from getting to story areas that you're not supposed to be at yet. But yeah, there are a lot of, like, really creative and creepy spirit designs going on here, which is good. Because that's what you would hope for in a game like this, right? Yep, he's very mad at my existence. Whoop. And that's what death looks like. As I said, you can't fight them. If they touch you, you die. So you do have to... you do have to more or less just try and avoid them. And that's what I said before. Sometimes these spirits are so hard that you end up in the position where you wonder if they're there to... oh my... okay, time to go. I don't think I'm actually capable of getting past him. But this does actually tie into what I was saying, though. You wonder that... huh, turning off my flashlight actually worked. Running time! I'm okay. You wonder with some spirits... I'm just going to stop here and just say this. You wonder with some spirits, because they've made it a lot harder than the original Yomawari, so sometimes you wonder if the spirits that are there to block your path, or if they're there just to be hard. It's kind of hard to tell the difference. That's what I'm trying to say here. I don't need any more pebbles, because I've got tons of pebbles. Pebbles are good for distractions, but there are some spirits it works on, and there are some spirits it doesn't. I believe just the general Roma that's up here is weak to them, so if I throw this out... nope. He's gonna follow me for a while, but I think he disappears after a while, so... well, he didn't disappear. See what I mean when I say that you can't see them normally? Yeah, some of them are immune, some of them aren't. It's odd. I can hear metallic walking. That's gotta be one of the murderer demons. Yep, that's him, alright. Oh, not good, not good, not good, not good. I'm dead. Yes! If you thought Yomawari was hard, this one's a lot harder. There are actually a lot of scripted segments in this one, in the last couple of chapters anyway. Some of these scripted chapters have been really, really hard. I'm talking about things like, bloody boss fights that have like 5 stages to them that you can't die in once, or you have to go and do the whole thing over again. I'm talking about... Oh, what the hell? Huh. I haven't actually seen that death screen before. That's kind of neat. Let's keep the flashlight off. I don't need it for this very particular segment. He says very carefully. God, I hate these things. And if I just keep ahead of it, it'll eventually disappear. There it goes. Wait for him to turn around. I'm gonna see what's down here. I'm hearing another Roma. What's this? Open the door. It doesn't have a handle. Probably means I have to go find an item nearby. Sounds about right. There is a bit of an item game going on in this game as well. Like, you've seen that there have just been regular, like, consumable items all over the place. But if we hit the pause menu, we can have a look at the treasures that I have, including some key items, which seems kind of hilarious since these are all keys. Usable items, and your collection. And the collection has a ton of spaces for stuff. So I feel bad for anyone trying to go for the platinum for this game, because you have to fill every single one of these item spaces here. There's even things like puzzles and stuff for you to do, which is kind of strange. You can view the diary. Oh yeah, that's fine. You can view the diary, which will give you a slight review of what your stuff is, and there's your options menu again. Yeah, going down this way. Oh, it just leads me back to bloody Piranha Plant. Okay. Guess we'll go out and head left, hope we find a door handle. Might be back up the other way that I went. Whoa! Fucking hell. Yep, he's following me. Better not follow me much further than this. Alright, he's just standing there. He's behind me. This game's got really good sound design. Like, seriously, the sound design in this game is super good, because I can tell where everyone is, more or less. Oh god, I found another puzzle piece. But yeah, you can tell pretty much where everything is, even by the speakers. Like, you've got a general good idea of what's going on just by listening to the sound effects. Hey, Pablo actually worked for me there. Awesome. Note to self, use that on the other killer demon up north. Where am I now? Oh, I've just circled back around. Well, that's not great. This is pretty much the majority of the game, though. Wandering around the city, looking for items, trying to find your way into the next place. Whoa, fuck, I forgot about them. Cheeky fucking mustachio bag bastards. Did I just say mustachio? Mustache bag busters. Bastards. English. I don't speak it. Probably why I play so many Japanese games. But anyway. I guess it's time to head back up north and see if we can get around those dudes. There are a couple of other usability tweaks that have been made, which I do like. And that includes the little exclamation point above a head there. Like, you can see that. And I don't think that was in the original game, but basically the general idea is when you can see an item that you can interact with or move to or whatever, you can just, like, look at it. You just look at it and you'll get that little warning that there's an item there, and I'm gonna die again, probably. No, I think we're good. Although I wonder how that particular item there, that particular spirit there, I should say, sorry, kills you, because it makes the blood come in front of your screen, like it's cut the top of your head off, or something. Poor little lolly girls getting chopped to pieces by evil spirits. Alright, just sprint past this bastard. He's not following me. Good. Cut it a little close there, but it's alright. Do I still have my pebbles equipped? I do. There's the Wanderer. The game sure does love its jump scares, I'll tell you that much. There's a fair few, including a really clever one in the very first 5 minutes of the game, which I'm going to spoil for you, because I wanted to talk about just how clever I think it is. So you've got Yui in her first segment, in her original kidnapping segment, and what happens is... Yeah, I made it. So, oh crap. God, I'm trying to fend off 3 things at once here. I'm okay. But anyway, you've got her in a initial kidnapping sequence where she gets kidnapped, if you couldn't bloody tell. And... please tell me this is what I'm looking for. Pinwheel. That's not what I'm looking for. That's unfortunate. And it appears I can't go out that way either, so I appear to have just gone and found a bloody collection item. Where else can I go? I've been up all the roads here. Oh, that's fun. I'm gonna have to find my way to the next bloody chapter. Not particularly great. But yeah, it's just telling me to look for Yui, which is not fun, but I'm just gonna get myself killed here. Because I don't think there's any bloody point in staying up that way. Although you'd think the bloody handle would be around here somewhere, because this is where the door is. But anyway, as I was saying, so you've got Yui getting kidnapped, and you go into your inventory to look at an item you just picked up, and then this giant spider just pushes the inventory window down, and then you get kidnapped. It's a neat jump scare. There's a fair few more throughout the game, like you can get spiders on your face, and there's a few other weird little things like that. But, I mean, other than that, the jump scares are all pretty traditional stuff. Thankfully, the game isn't too, like, super random about it. But I was looking for something there, and I just couldn't see it. I don't know what exactly I'm supposed to be looking for right here, but maybe I should go back to the door. Maybe it'll give me another clue. But yeah, the rest of the jump scares in the game are pretty traditional stuff, more or less. But it isn't one to throw them on you out of completely nowhere, right? Like, you'll get some warning that something is coming. And there are some places where it won't do, like, jump scares at all. It just relies on the overall atmosphere and stuff that the game's got going for it. And the game's got a lot of atmosphere going for it. Like, obviously it's based off the original Yomawari, which was a relatively unpleasant thing in and of itself, but it still works pretty well. Yeah, I guess I'm looking for a handle. Unfortunately, I don't... oh, crap. Unfortunately, I don't really have an idea where I can go to find one. And I don't want to waste your time for too much longer, just because we still got like 20... We got like 25 minutes of footage here, which is a bit silly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording here. I'm going to go find my way to the next scripted part of the game. Bloody death traps. And then we will continue on from there. Alright, I'm back. So, thanks to the one Korean dude who put a walkthrough of this entire game up that helped me find this. Apparently I'm halfway through the game at this point, but... What? Okay. At least I hope this is, towards, like, the more scripted bit of the game, but we're just gonna go have a look around anyway, and I'm gonna hide in the bush. Let him run away. He's not going away. Oh god. We're okay. A bush we can hide in. Good to know about. Crows. Too many crows. Fat spirit. Notice board. I'm not entirely sure what else to talk about, because this game is... How do we put it? It's just kind of hard to say anything more about it other than it does what Yomawari did, just slightly better in some areas and slightly weirder in other areas. Because it really does feel like the same game. That's the thing about it. It's not a bad thing, I guess, because if you liked Yomawari, well, Yomawari Midnight Shadows will hopefully give you a bit more of what you have. Hello. Hi. Bye. But yeah, hopefully this game will give you more of what you were looking for from the first game, which was getting killed and imagining poor defenseless little girls getting chopped up into tiny little bits by evil spirits. But yeah, so... Oh god. But yeah, the game itself, still pretty good. And I do like it. I do think that it does everything that Yomawari did well enough again in order to say, hey, if you liked Yomawari, you'll like this one. As for whether you should start on this one, considering that the difficulty is a lot higher, I don't really think you should. What the? Oh no. Considering that the difficulty is a lot higher, I don't think that it would be a good idea to start with Yomawari Midnight Shadows. But I believe the original Yomawari is like 20 bucks right now. And that's a pretty damn good price for it. So if you're looking at this and thinking, that knife is really concerning. If you're looking at this and thinking, oh, I like the look of this, maybe I should give it a shot. Play the original. Go buy the original. If you are a fan of the original, and you are thinking, well, is this worth my time to buy? Then it pretty much well is. What is this? A firefly. I'm not entirely sure what the firefly does, because it's actually a new item to me. Let's see what it does. I knew that knife would be a bar. Oh my god! I hate those fucking flaming tires. They kept getting me killed in the first game, and now they're getting me killed here too. Fucking dicks. I'd rather have this guy lit up just so I know where he is. And I can run from him. And go hide in the fridge. Of course, the story is... Well, I don't want to call it bad or anything. It just hasn't really picked up yet. I should be like halfway through the game at this point or something. So, to have the game be like... To have the game be not exactly picking up the pace with the storytelling is just a little odd. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Not even close, really. If anything, that's just what keeps you in suspense. You never know what's going to come and try and kill you next. Yeah, I really should pay attention to the ground. I really should. There are a couple more things to say, like, this looks like a trap. Yep. There are a couple more things to say, like the game's performance is a bit off. You do tend to lose frames from time to time, which is pretty frustrating, honestly. There. Should be able to get around him now without them trying to reach out, grab me, and do horrible things to me. Yay, Jozo statue. I found an empty box. It seems like 5 machines combined to form the robot. Okay. We're getting another Dambo. Alright. This is entirely just like a linear section. These, as I said, these are the scripted, quote-unquote, sections that I was talking about before. These come up these come up pretty much every chapter, so I can't say I'm too surprised by it. Yeah, you can see the game slowing down a bit here. It seems that this is a little bit too much for it. But yeah, overall, I do like Midnight Shadows. It does what the first game did. And if you want more of what the first game did with a couple of oh my god. Cheeky bastards. So, if you want what the first game did with a bunch of tweaks and all that, and, you know, a new plot and stuff to work with, obviously, I've got nothing against it. I would say if you just want more of Yomawari, here you go. If you're wondering what Yomawari is like since the sequel's out, well, go play the original Yomawari. It'll probably be budget price by now. Let's get these boxes out of the way. There we go. So if I die again, at least I get to warp back. I get to run straight back in here. These scripted corridor sequences are a little bit weird. But then again, it is a horror game. You do kind of need to have, like, more constructed sequences like this to keep the tension going. I don't want to turn on my flashlight because I get the feeling the minute I do, I'm just going to get surrounded by things. Like these barrels here. What's the bet? No, apparently not. Okay. There's actually a Jizo statue there. Jizo, I don't know how you pronounce that in Japanese, honestly. Let's not move to a different statue right now. Please tell me I can get through this door. Remove the object in the door. Yes, please. Of course it did. Everything scares this poor girl. I found the robot's right arm, apparently. It's also apparently a key. Well, let's just continue on in here. Oh my god, it's the Scissor Demon again. There's fucking dick. Good god, okay. Guess it's time to run for it. Ooh. Robot's body? Oh crap. There he is. Oh no. I'm okay. No, I'm not. I'm guessing this guy's the big baddie of the game, so... Oh! I was not expecting that. He was a lot more passive when I saw him last, I'll put it that way. Let's give that another shot, shall we? Actually, do I actually have all the robot parts, or do I have to get them again? I wouldn't be surprised if I did, but... You know, this is this game we're talking about. It's actually pretty generous. Treasures. Nope, I have to get all the parts again. That's unfortunate. Grab that real quick. Run for it. Wait for him to warp, because I'm convinced he's going to do it at some point. There he is. Dead. No, I'm not dead. Yep, there he goes. Where are the other robot parts? There's one. Dodge to the side. Dodge to the side again. Dodge to the side again. I'm missing a part. How am I missing a part? I've got right arm, left arm, the body, and the right leg. I need one more leg, apparently. Oh, come on, you son of a... Oh, that sucks in so many ways. Let's try again. Grab that. Run up here. Where's the part? Grab it. Gets me every bloody time. Come on, we can do this. Nothing in this game is insurmountable. Grab that. Grab that. He's gonna get... Robot's neck? Okay. Where is it? There's the last part. Damn it! Ah, you son of a bitch. See what I mean when I said this game's a lot harder than the first one? It really is. There is a charm that'll let you run for slightly longer, but... yeah. Not entirely the most useful thing right now. Grab that real quick. Out of his way. I'm gonna die. There's the next part. Oh god. Oh, come on, that didn't even touch me. What a dick. Alright, let's try doing it the other way. We'll do it counterclockwise this time. Now that one looked like it killed me. I'm not entirely sure how I survived that one, but this is going to kill me, isn't it? Well, I have all 5 parts, so what am I supposed to do with them? I do have the box, don't I? I'm gonna die. No, I somehow lived through that. There we go. I gathered all the pieces and completed the transforming robot. That's an odd thing to bring up in the middle of a traditional Japanese horror game, but sure. Oh god. And let me guess, I have to do all that again, don't I? Yep, I am not going to do that again, because I had to hold square to hold the damn thing, but of course it killed me before I could, so... Man, that sucked. Alright, but yeah, that was a look at Yomawari Midnight Shadows. It does the same thing as the original Yomawari, but it's a fair bit harder, and has a couple of tweaks to make things a little bit more pleasant, but if you haven't played the series before, I would recommend starting with the first one. So... But, I mean, if you do like Yomawari, there's my mouse cursor. If you do like the original Yomawari, this will probably be worth your time as well. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.